I do not own Biker Mice from Mars, Initial D, or any of its characters. No money was made from this production. Biker Mice from Mars belongs to Rick Unger, and Initial D belongs to Suichi Shigeno. Biker Mice from Mars, Mountain Drift. Chapter 17, The V8 5-liter Cammer.
Takumi!
Funta yelled, running forward, as did Jesus. They got up to them as Manuel ran and started to chase after that van on foot, Jesus stopping him by grabbing his arm.
Hold on, Nino! Where the hell do you think you're going?
Jesus shouted. Let me go! They're getting away! Manuel yelled, struggling against his father's grip. They've got him! We need to go after them!
Go after who?
Funta demanded.
Kid, we just chased both of you down through lunch hour traffic in a cab. You'd better explain yourself right now, damn it.
Manuel's cell phone then beeped. He got it out and looked at it. It was the alarm to his garage unit. One of them is still here. Manuel then broke free of Jesus. You want your answers? Follow me! Vincent and Modo looked through the garage unit they had broken into. They knew it wasn't their style, but it wasn't like they were taking anything. All they were doing was looking for any kind of clue that could lead them to Throttle. The homing beacon said he or his bike was somewhere inside this garage. Vinnie then saw a motorbike next to a hatchback car, both covered by sheets. Vinnie pulled off the sheet and his heart raced. The bike was Throttle's.
Modo! Hey, Modo!
He hissed.
I found his bike!
Modo then walked over.
That's Throttle's bike, alright. Not worse than mouse to go to the motorcycle.
They heard footsteps. They turned around and saw a bunch of humans outside the garage door.
I have a feeling these guys know.
Vinnie said, charging forward and grabbing the closest human's shirt, then raising him up by the collar.
Where is he?
One of the adults in the group then punched Vinnie in the face, causing him to drop his catch.
Hands up, I said, you jack rodent!
The man snapped in a Hispanic accent. The second man, Japanese, then assumed a martial arts stance.
Takumi, get the police, now!
The Japanese man barked.
Slow down. We're just looking for their friend.
Everyone turned to see a woman with red hair and a mechanic suit walk up to them, followed by a guy who looked like a truck driver.
And who might you two be?
The Hispanic said.
My name is Charlie. That's Jaden. Now, if you two gentlemen will calm down, I can explain everything.
So let me get this straight. These Martian mice came to Earth to stop some fishman from stealing our resources. Then, when they finally took said fishman down, they were heading back to Mars when they were shot down by who knows what.
Funta said, recapping as Manuel, Itsuki, Ikitani, and Takumi looked over his ransacked apartment for any clues as to whom took Throttle, with help from Modo and Vinnie.
Yeah, basically.
Charlie replied.
I don't believe this.
Jesus said.
I'm calling Selena, even though she'll have a tower or two over this, but she needs to know.
Manuel looked up from trying to salvage what was left of his computer. You're calling Mom? Now? Dad, are you shitting me? Jesus just ignored Manuel and started to dial the number.
Well, this doesn't surprise me that much.
Funta said.
I wish you had told us sooner, but like I said, it doesn't surprise me that much.
Have you lost it, Vuta?
Jesus snapped.
They've been hanging out with giant
alien mice. I know.
Funta said, trying to keep a straight face as he realized what he just said.
I know, Jesus, but kids will be kids, especially these days. I basically seen it all, so like I said, I am not that surprised.
Jesus just scoffed as the phone started to ring. He began speaking to a woman in Spanish, going over near what was once the door to Manuel's apartment. Manuel felt like he was going to snap. His mother, Selena, had just arrived, and now she and Jesus were trying to blame each other for the situation that Manuel was in.
You listen, Rex! After all that's happened, and I'm told you know he's been hanging out with giant eating mice?
Selena snapped.
Oh, I never should have approved of the delivery business of yours!
How is that my fault?
Jesus countered.
He never tells me anything! Something he learned from you!
Mom and Pop continued to argue out in the hallway as Manuel, Vinnie, Modo, and the others checked through his apartment to find some clues as to where they took Throttle. Did they leave anything behind? Manuel asked. No luck yet, Vinnie said. The apartment phone rang. Manuel sighed. Just let it go to the answering machine, he said, his patience thin. Jesus and Selena walked back in just as the answering machine clicked on. Hello, you've reached Manuel. Leave a message, or don't.
Greetings, Mr. Manuel Vernandez. No doubt by now the other rodents are with you now. I'm terribly sorry about what happened to your car, but business is business. Anyways, long story short, I have one and you have two. However, I'm in a sporting mood, so I'll leave you this offer. If you want to free your friend and save him from what would be a horrible fate, you have two options. One, you can either turn the other mice into the center of town with no tricks or strings attached by the end of the day. Or two, you can enter and win the Speed Master competition that is coming to Boise in 2 months. I know of how your brother took part in that contest in California. Let's just say I have a good ear and eye for details. If you don't bring me the remaining biker mice by the end of the day, I'll take that as option number 2. Though I don't see how you're able to be pulling off that one, considering you don't even have a car. I'll be waiting for your answer.
Manuel looked over to Vinnie and Modo, asking if they knew this guy, when he noticed Modo's eye glowing blood red.
Limburger. Scumbucket.
Whoa, wait a minute. You mean Fishman?
Ikitani exclaimed.
I thought you said he was toast.
We thought he was toast. Guess he's a little harder to get rid of than we thought.
Charlie replied.
What are we gonna do?
Vinnie asked.
We don't even know where Limburger is or where he could even be hiding Throttle in this town.
Vinnie does have a good point.
Jaden said.
Boise is pretty big. Big enough to hide him pretty well.
Manuel was standing there assessing his options. Then he spoke up. I'll do it. Everyone's eyes were on him. Manuel then explained. I'm going to enter the Speedmaster competition. Jesus nearly fell off his chair and Selena's jaw dropped in shock.
What? No, Nino! I forbid it!
Selena put her foot down right then and there.
So do I!
Jesus snapped.
I've lost one son to that race and I refuse to lose another! Do not even think about—
Dad, Mom, with all due respect, shut the hell up and knock it off! Manuel growled. You've always preached to me constantly about doing the, quote, right thing, even when neither of you didn't. Like it or not, I'm entering the Speedmaster competition. Read my flapping lips. I'm entering it and I'm going to get Throttle back.
Yeah, but how are you going to enter?
Takumi asked.
Yeah.
Ikitani agreed.
In case you forgot, Manuel, your car got, perforated.
That's just one car. Manuel walked to his door. Follow me down to my garage. Everyone entered the garage where Throttle's motorcycle was. Next to it was a car covered by a white sheet, surrounded by a bunch of unopened boxes.
Oh yeah,
Vinnie said.
I forgot that was there.
Manuel then pulled off the sheet. Underneath was a sky blue 2-door Ford Focus ZX3 SVT model. This was a project that Hector never got to finish, Manuel said sadly. He left it to me when he died at the hospital after that accident. I didn't want to touch it, but now I have no choice. Bunta frowned.
How is a front-wheel drive 5-cylinder Focus going to win you the Speedmaster competition? Even if we maxed out the engine and threw in a transmission kit, it still wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be able to keep up with the other cars at all in its current state.
Takumi looked at his father.
Dad? With all due respect, how do you know that?
Bunta's face hardened into seriousness.
Because I once entered the Speedmaster competition when it was in Japan.
Itsuki went wide-eyed.
No way! You were a Speedmaster?
Bunta's face took on a bitter expression.
No, I wasn't. I was beaten by a guy named Kaido Kirafuda, and he cheated. He sabotaged my car's engine, and it failed during the race. There was no proof since there was no security in the pits, but I know he didn't. He's the only person I've ever lost to.
Everyone's eyes were now on Bunta. Manuel's especially. He sabotaged your car? Manuel said. And you said his name was Kirafuda?
Yep.
Bunta said.
He didn't earn the Speedmaster title. Something I'll never forget.
Then we have something in common, Manuel said. I always thought Hector's death was no accident. He lost to a man named Yuya Kirafuda. Bunta looked at Manuel.
That's his son. You mean to tell me he sabotaged another car?
Manuel nodded. It seems that way. He killed someone that time. My brother, Hector. Bunta sighed, then lit up a cigarette.
Now we have to enter. This car is going to need a lot of work, starting with the engine and drivetrain.
Actually, Bunta, the engine and drivetrain is already done. That's where Hector started to modify it. It's 4-wheel drive, by the way, not front wheel. As for the engine, it just needs a few minor mods and a tune-up and a general service. Manuel then walked forward and got into the car, popping the hood. Underneath the hood was racing gold. The engine was a supercharged Ford V8 Camry crate engine with an intercooled intake.
I know Ford's SVT team did something like this. You just didn't expect an enthusiast to take it this far.
Bunta said with a whistle. Hector loved to see how far he could push his cars, Manuel said. He then pointed to the unopened boxes. Those contained the rest of the parts that he was going to use on this build.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Vinnie said.
Let's get to work! We only have 2 months until this competition!
Good thing Charlie brought all those tools with her in the semi.
Jaden said.
I'll bring it around so we can load the car into it, then take it to a local garage with parts to get it finished.
Jesus and Selena looked at Manuel, worried for their son.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Jesus asked. Manuel gave his parents a look, then got the Ford Focus's key from his keyring. I'm sure.